Look up on a clear night, and you are not seeing stars. You are seeing the past. The light touching your eye right now left some of those stars before the first human ever drew breath. And the deeper we look into the sky, the further back in time we travel, until we hit something we cannot see beyond. Not a wall of stone or fire, a wall made of time itself. This is the edge of the universe. And what waits there will break almost everything your intuition tells you about reality. To understand the edge, we first have to understand the size, and the size is a number the human mind was simply never built to hold. So let's build up to it, one step at a time, starting somewhere familiar. Here is home, 8,000 miles across, so large that for almost all of history no one could see the whole of it at once. It took rising above the atmosphere, for a human being to finally hold the entire planet in a single glance. Now step back. Earth shrinks to a pale blue dot. The Sun, a star so vast you could pour 1,000,000 Earths inside it, collapses to a single point of light. And light itself, the fastest thing that exists, takes 8 minutes to cross the gap between them. To travel from the Sun to the cold edge of our solar system, that same light needs not minutes, but hours. Keep pulling back. The next closest star is over 4 light years away. Let that land. The light hitting your eye from it tonight began its journey more than 4 years ago. It is, quite literally, a postcard from the past, and it is one of the closest things in the entire sky. Now gather 400 billion stars like our Sun, spin them into a slow-glowing spiral 600,000 trillion miles wide. This is our galaxy, the Milky Way. To cross it at the speed of light would take you 100,000 years. And from out here, every story you have ever heard, every person who has ever lived, fits inside a single unremarkable speck on one of its arms. And the Milky Way is one galaxy. In 1995, astronomers did something that sounds almost reckless. They pointed the Hubble telescope at a patch of sky so small, so empty, it looked like nothing, a spot the size of a grain of sand held at arm's length. They held the shutter open for 10 days. What came back was not darkness. It was thousands of galaxies, each one holding billions of stars, in a piece of sky we had assumed was empty. We repeated it again and again in every direction. The answer never changed. Galaxies everywhere, 2 trillion of them, by our best estimate, filling the sky in every direction we are able to look. Which brings us finally to the question. If the universe is this vast, where is its edge? What happens when you reach the end? But how could we possibly know any of this? The distance to things we can never touch. We measure light itself. Certain stars pulse with a steady, predictable rhythm. Certain dying stars always explode with the same true brightness. Astronomers call them standard candles. Compare how bright they truly are with how faint they appear, and the gap tells you exactly how far the light has traveled. Rung by rung, candle by candle, we built a ladder of distance out into the dark. And that ladder is how we learn just how staggering the scale really is. Here is the part almost no one expects. The edge of the universe is not a place, it is a moment in time. Remember, light travels at a fixed speed, and space is enormous. So whenever you look far away, you are also looking far into the past. The more distant a galaxy, the younger you see it. Look far enough, and you see galaxies as newborns. Look even farther, and you reach a time before any star had been born at all. Push to the very limit, and you arrive at an instant when the entire universe was a fog of glowing plasma, so hot that light could not travel freely through it. We cannot see through that fog. No telescope ever will. It is the oldest light in existence, stretched and cooled over nearly 14 billion years into a faint microwave glow that still surrounds us, in every direction tonight. This is the cosmic horizon, the true edge of everything we can ever observe. That horizon now sits 46 billion light-years away, in every direction, far larger than the age of the universe alone would suggest, because space itself has been stretching the entire time the light was traveling, a sphere 93 billion light-years across. And here is the humbling part. That is only the portion we can see. Beyond the cosmic horizon, the universe does not stop. The light from out there simply has not had enough time to reach us yet. And because space is expanding faster than that light can cross it, most of it never will. There are galaxies out there, right now, that we will never see, never reach, never know existed. As far as we can measure, the universe may stretch on without end. No center, no wall, no edge. Just galaxies, all the way out, forever. And that stretching is not slowing down. It is speeding up. Something is pushing the universe apart faster and faster, a force we cannot see, cannot bottle, cannot explain. We gave it a name to hide how little we understand it. Dark energy. It makes up nearly 3/4 of everything that exists. And its effect is simple and final. The more space there is, the harder it pushes. And the more it pushes, the more space it makes. The universe is not just large, it is running away from itself. So imagine you tried. You climb into the fastest ship physics allows and aim straight for the edge, chasing the most distant light you can see. You would never arrive. Every galaxy you chase would be fleeing faster than you could follow. The space ahead of you opening quicker than you could close it. You could travel for 1 trillion years and end up more alone than when you began. The edge is not far away. It is, in the deepest sense, unreachable, and that is what makes it the edge. And it is growing quieter. Every distant galaxy is racing away from us as the space between us swells. One by one, across spans of time too vast to picture, they will slip beyond our horizon and vanish from view. Not destroyed, just gone, carried out of reach by the expansion of space. Until one day, in the far future, an astronomer will look up and see only the Milky Way, alone in a perfectly black sky, with no way of ever knowing the rest of the universe was once there at all. So the edge of the universe was never a wall. It is a horizon made of time, the limit of how far light and how far we can ever see. And we happen to be alive at the one fleeting moment when we can still look out and watch the whole story unfold. In all that silent, expanding dark, on one small blue world, the universe grew something rare, a part of itself that woke up and looked back. If your sense of scale just broke a little, good. That is the point. Subscribe for the next question. Event Horizon. The universe. One question at a time.